Have you ever noticed how stairs start to feel steeper? Or how simply standing up from a chair leaves your legs shaking? For many of us, getting older doesn't just slow us down. It can quietly weaken the muscles in our legs, making simple daily movements feel harder than they should. And here's the surprising truth. You don't have to accept weak legs as inevitable. Even at 90, with the right daily habits, your legs can stay strong, stable, and capable, allowing you to move with confidence, independence, and even a bit of youthful spring in your step. One of the key reasons leg muscles weaken over time is something most people rarely think about: nutrition. Our muscles, joints, and bones all rely on specific nutrients to repair, maintain, and rebuild themselves. As we age, protein intake often decreases, and key minerals like calcium, magnesium, and potassium can slip below optimal levels. The result? Reduced muscle strength, less balance, and a higher risk of falls. Combine that with sedentary habits. Even small changes like taking the elevator instead of stairs or sitting for long periods, and leg weakness can creep in faster than we realize. But here's the good news. There's a simple, natural, and highly effective way to help combat this decline. Eating certain foods consistently every day can directly support muscle health, improve circulation, and keep your legs resilient. One standout choice, recommended by many surgeons and geriatric specialists, is eggs. Eggs are rich in high-quality protein, which your body needs to maintain and repair muscle fibers. They also contain vitamin D and essential amino acids that help preserve muscle mass and strength. Just 1 or 2 eggs a day can make a real difference, especially when paired with other muscle-supporting foods like leafy greens, beans, fish, and nuts. Of course, food alone isn't enough. Gentle, consistent movement is just as important. Simple exercises like sit-to-stands from a chair, calf raises, or short walks can activate your leg muscles and stimulate blood flow. Combining this with proper nutrition creates a powerful synergy. Your muscles get the fuel they need while being prompted to grow and adapt. Over time, even small daily steps, literally and figuratively, can help you regain stability, confidence, and a sense of freedom in movement. It's also crucial to pay attention to hydration, as even mild dehydration can affect muscle function and energy levels. And don't overlook balance exercises, like standing on one foot or using a wall for support. These tiny, easy practices can drastically reduce the risk of falls and give your legs the strength they need to carry you through each day safely. Remember, this isn't about drastic overnight transformations or chasing youth. It's about consistency, mindful choices, and honoring your body's natural ability to maintain strength at any age. Each meal, each step, each simple exercise contributes quietly but powerfully to stronger legs, better balance, and a more independent life. By giving your muscles the right nutrients and encouragement, you can keep walking, climbing, and moving with confidence, sometimes feeling decades younger than your age might suggest. And while today we focused on one specific food and a few practical habits, there's so much more to explore when it comes to protecting leg strength and overall wellness. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into other foods, routines, and little-known tips that can amplify these effects, helping you move with even greater ease and vitality. For now, think of this as the first step, a simple, manageable action you can take today that your future self will thank you for. Feeding your muscles every day is far more than just filling your stomach. It's about giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild, repair, and maintain the very fibers that allow you to move freely. Muscles, especially in the legs, are not static structures. They are living tissues that constantly break down and renew themselves. Each step you take, each bend of the knee, each lift of a foot creates microscopic stress on these fibers. Without the right nutrients, these tiny tears accumulate faster than your body can repair them, leading to weakness, fatigue, and the slow decline that often surprises seniors. This is where high-quality protein, like the kind found in eggs, becomes essential. The amino acids in protein act as building blocks, fueling the repair of muscle fibers and helping maintain the neural connections that allow your brain to communicate with your legs smoothly. Without them, even simple movements feel sluggish, as if the connection between mind and muscle is frayed. But protein alone is only part of the story. Nutrients like vitamin D, present in eggs and certain fortified foods, help your body regulate calcium absorption and maintain bone density, a crucial factor for leg strength and balance. Magnesium and potassium support cellular energy production, and maintain proper muscle contraction, while omega-3 fatty acids from fish help reduce inflammation that can make joints and muscles stiff. Together, these nutrients work on a microscopic level to keep your cells energized, your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside each cell, running efficiently, and your muscles ready to respond with speed and coordination. Think of it like keeping an orchestra finely tuned. Every instrument matters, and even a single section out of sync can make the whole performance falter. To put this in everyday terms, consider Mrs. Ahmed, a lively woman in her early 80s who loved walking through her neighborhood garden. For years, she noticed her legs tiring faster, her steps becoming cautious, and her confidence shrinking. She started including 2 eggs every morning, with a handful of spinach and a piece of whole-grain toast, alongside fish a few times a week. Within months, her daily walks became effortless again. She described it as feeling like her legs were remembering how to move. The truth is, her muscles weren't magically stronger overnight. They had been nourished consistently, giving them the tools to rebuild themselves, and her brain-muscle connection regained its smooth rhythm. Even more fascinating is how nutrition affects oxygen delivery at the cellular level. Muscles need oxygen to generate energy for each contraction, and nutrients like iron, found in eggs and leafy greens, are vital for producing hemoglobin, the molecule that carries oxygen in the blood. Without enough, muscles tire quickly, coordination falters, and even a short walk can feel exhausting. By feeding your body thoughtfully every day, you're essentially fueling every contraction, every balance adjustment, and every confident step you take. Over time, this daily act becomes not just a meal, but a quiet, consistent investment in mobility, independence, and the simple joy of moving without hesitation. In essence, your legs thrive when you give them the right materials to do so. Every bite of protein-rich, nutrient-dense food sends signals down to the cellular level: repair, maintain, and perform. Each morning you sit down to a thoughtfully prepared meal. You're providing a foundation that allows your legs to carry you through life, step by step, year after year, not in leaps or magic, but in consistent, tangible support that your body can feel and respond to. Moving with gentle consistency is one of the most powerful tools for preserving leg strength. Yet it's often overlooked. Our muscles, bones, and nervous system thrive on regular activation, and even small intentional movements send vital signals throughout the body. When you stand from a chair, take a short walk, or lift your calves one at a time, you are not just exercising your muscles, you are engaging a complex network of neurons, tendons, and blood vessels that work together to maintain balance, coordination, and endurance. Each motion stimulates sensory receptors in your muscles and joints, which communicate with your brain to fine-tune stability and movement. This neural muscular dialogue is essential. Without it, muscles may remain physically intact, but gradually lose the precision and responsiveness that make walking, climbing stairs, or simply rising from a chair effortless. On a cellular level, regular movement enhances mitochondrial efficiency, the tiny powerhouses that generate energy in every muscle cell. Active muscles demand more oxygen, which in turn encourages the growth of capillaries and improves blood flow. This enhanced circulation delivers nutrients faster and removes waste products more efficiently, reducing fatigue and supporting recovery. Think of it like a well-maintained roadway. When traffic flows smoothly, everything reaches its destination on time, and the city functions without congestion. Without this daily activity, muscles become underused, circulation slows, and energy production falters, making even familiar movements feel tiring or unsteady. Consider Mr. Khan, a retired teacher in his 70s, who had always loved gardening but had grown cautious over the years. His legs began to feel weak, and he noticed that uneven paths or even slight inclines made him hesitate. Encouraged by his doctor, he began a simple routine: a few sit-to-stands from his dining chair each morning, calf raises while brushing his teeth, and short, intentional walks in his garden. Within weeks, he found himself moving with a lightness he hadn't felt in years. The secret wasn't pushing himself to exhaustion. It was consistency. Every repetition reinforced the communication between his brain and muscles, strengthened the fibers in his legs, and reminded his body of how to balance and respond. By the end of the month, tasks that had once felt daunting, like bending to tend to plants or climbing a small hill, were no longer intimidating. His legs had relearned how to carry him safely and confidently. Even the smallest movements have a ripple effect on cellular oxygen balance. Active muscles increase local oxygen demand, which stimulates red blood cell efficiency and encourages your body to deliver energy more effectively where it is needed most. This is why consistent, gentle exercise is often more impactful than infrequent, intense sessions. Your muscles and circulation adapt and strengthen gradually, building resilience rather than fatigue. Over time, this creates a rhythm of movement that feels natural, effortless and sustainable, a quiet, ongoing reinforcement of strength and balance that supports independence and confidence. The beauty of gentle, consistent movement is that it transforms ordinary moments into acts of wellness. Every time you rise from a chair, take a hallway stroll, or lift your heels in place, you are training your muscles, reinforcing neural pathways, and improving circulation, all in one seamless, natural action. It is a subtle, almost poetic form of self-care, where each motion quietly compounds into strength, stability, and vitality. By moving this way every day, you're not only preserving your legs, you are nurturing the intricate connection between body and mind, proving that even in later years, movement remains a powerful, life-affirming force. Hydrating, balancing, and honoring your body may seem like simple, almost obvious habits, but their impact on leg strength and mobility is profound. Every step, every contraction, every moment your legs support your body relies on a delicate interplay between muscles, nerves, and circulation. Water, for example, is not just a thirst quencher. It is a critical component of cellular function. Muscle cells are made mostly of water, and hydration directly affects their ability to contract efficiently. Even mild dehydration can reduce the responsiveness of muscles, slow down neural signals from the brain, and make your movements feel sluggish or wobbly. When combined with the natural decline in muscle mass that comes with age, skipping hydration can quietly tip the balance toward weakness or instability, making simple tasks like walking up a few steps feel unnecessarily strenuous. Balance exercises further reinforce this intricate system. Each time you stand on one foot or shift your weight while holding a wall for support, your brain is actively coordinating hundreds of sensory inputs from your muscles, tendons, and inner ear. This neural feedback loop strengthens the connections between your nervous system and your muscles, improving coordination and reducing the risk of falls. Think of it like tuning a piano. Even a small adjustment ensures that every note resonates clearly. Neglecting balance work is like leaving a piano slightly out of tune. The keys still work, but the music loses precision, rhythm, and reliability. Over time, consistent practice in balance restores that harmony, allowing your legs to respond naturally to changes in terrain, speed, or posture. Consider Mrs. Fatima, a spirited woman in her early 80s who had always been independent, but had recently noticed that her legs felt unsteady when she carried groceries or navigated uneven sidewalks. She began paying attention to small daily habits, drinking a full glass of water with every meal, practicing short sequences of balance exercises in her living room, and taking slow, deliberate steps during her morning walks. Within a few weeks, she noticed a remarkable change. Her legs felt more confident, her steps steadier, and even errands that had once caused anxiety became manageable. It wasn't a dramatic transformation. It was the quiet, cumulative effect of giving her body exactly what it needed: hydration, neural stimulation, and mindful attention. Beyond water and balance, honoring your body also means listening to it, resting when needed, and respecting its limits. Muscles rebuild and strengthen most effectively during recovery periods. Sleep, gentle stretching, and mindful pauses all contribute to cellular repair, reducing inflammation and restoring energy to your leg muscles. This daily rhythm of activation and rest reinforces stability, improves circulation, and allows your nervous system to fine-tune motor control. Over time, these simple acts create a foundation of resilience, so your legs are not only strong but also adaptable, able to respond to sudden shifts, changes in terrain, or longer walks without fatigue. The magic of these habits is that they are quietly compounding. Every sip of water, every balance exercise, every mindful pause sends signals to your body that it is valued, cared for, and capable. Over weeks and months, this attention translates into legs that move confidently, muscles that respond reliably, and a nervous system that coordinates with precision. By integrating hydration, balance, and respect for your body into daily life, you are creating a living system of support, a subtle but powerful framework that preserves mobility, enhances independence, and allows you to walk through life with stability and grace. It is a reminder that even in later years, small, thoughtful choices can nurture strength from the inside out, and that the journey toward resilient legs is ongoing, evolving, and entirely within your reach. As we've seen today, strong, resilient legs aren't just a dream. They are the result of consistent, mindful choices that honor your body and give it what it truly needs. Every nourishing meal, every gentle step, every moment spent practicing balance or simply hydrating is a quiet investment in your mobility, your confidence, and your independence. Progress doesn't come overnight, and it doesn't come from perfection. It comes from showing up for yourself, day by day, step by step, giving your muscles, nerves, and cells the care they need to repair, strengthen, and rebalance. Imagine looking back weeks or months from now and noticing your legs carrying you with ease, your steps feeling lighter, your confidence quietly restored. That momentum begins with small, achievable actions today. There's no rush, no pressure, only the calm assurance that every mindful choice compounds, like water nourishing a garden or sunlight coaxing flowers to bloom. If you take one thing from this video, let it be this: your body is capable, adaptable, and ready to respond when treated with care. Begin today and let this journey continue. Subscribe and join us for the next chapter, where we'll explore even more ways to nurture strength, stability, and the joy of moving freely at any age.